Hello and welcome, Gemini, for your September 2020 Zodiac Wheel forecast. Alrighty, what you doing there, Copes? Stand, good boy. Okay, I'll just focus and ask angels and guides to join me for this reading for Gemini for September 2020. What messages do you have for Geminis for their highest good and for the good of all concerned? Thank you. Movement. You're on the move, Gemini. Knight of Wands. Ace of Wands. Now, this is the gift of fire. And the fire sign element is very strong here through September, with Mars going retrograde on the 10th of September. So this is about fresh ideas and inspiration. Now it's come up for you in reverse, so there may be something that you have to go back to the drawing board with. Okay, you might just have to re-look at some things. Oh, the Star. In your area of communication. Now, that could be to do with siblings, your immediate environment, or short journeys. And the Star is a message of Uranus energy. And Uranus is in retrograde here through September. Okay, so you can expect the unexpected. It's letting you know you do have a guiding star, and that you will find that it will take you out of the past and point you towards the future. So there is some communication and deep thought here about your future, Gemini. It's also a card of healing that sort of sneaks up on you in mysterious ways to improve your life. There's a karmic link between you and the situation that may seem challenging, but it's helping you to grow to your full promise and that feeling of starting to live again. So it's a really wonderful card to be shown there of how you will be communicating that in your mental process, using your mental energy, even telepathically. Okay? And here we have the Seven of Cups, letting you know in reverse that if you have been feeling confused, that is falling away now. You're able to move forward and to look outward for happiness while you're moving forward in the area of your home, family, the base of the wheel, heritage, your family roots. And the Page of Swords Now, this indicates there's a bit of gossip, so not necessarily all gossip is negative. There may just be people talking about you, have got something on their mind that they can incorporate you into that. So it's in the area of hobbies, children, your children, or you and your connection to younger children. It's also matters of the heart, love affairs. It's a romantic area of the wheel. So there's a lot of chatter going on there. People are talking. Okay, so you may it's sort of like there's something confidential to do with it as well. It could be a letter, an important letter also, to do with that area of your life. It might be a sporting activity or something to do with your children, a love affair, or a lover if you're single. And it's air sign energy as well, being Gemini, Aquarius or Libra. So you may actually hear about this more closer to the end of September, when the Sun moves into Libra. Another ace. Now, even though the aces are reversed, that's still significant that you've got two aces so far. Now, this is the gift of air, the Ace of Swords. And in your working life, your co-workers, your job, your daily routine, rituals, your health and hygiene, the Ace of Swords reverse is one that speaks to you of being stuck in confusion and a possibility, a bit of lack of commitment to the project at hand. Okay? Relationships, business, marriage, even open enemies here in the 7th house has the Emperor reversed there. Now, with two aces reversed, I'm feeling that the fertility side of things isn't being shown as a time of fertility here through September for those of you looking to conceive. It's not saying that it's not possible, but there's two aces there reversed, so it's not probable. But you've got the Emperor there, which is the father figure, the home builder, the career man, the commander-in-chief. Now, the Emperor is reversed, so it's speaking to you about being over cautious, not wanting to accept responsibility, feel the need to protect yourself, and trying to control the situation around you. And here, in the area of other people's resources, you've got the Three of Wands. So this is joint resources. This is how others support you. And with the Three of Wands showing there, threes are a highly vibrational number. It's the time of three. It's you know, you can have three things happen and it's like, well, that's now happened 1, 2, 3. Like recently in my situation, I've had 3 people pass away in my life in the last 6 months, so that's the 3, that kind of thing, which has all been quite sad and a bit hard to get my head around, but may they rest in peace. And I had a wonderful bond with them while they were alive. So so yeah, it's that kind of energy, the 3 vibration. And in reverse, it is letting you know that you do have stiff competition to do with joint resources. So you need to develop a deeper understanding of your own merit and your own worth. Alright? And maintaining that sense of your own personal integrity. 2 of Pentacles here in the area of overseas travel, foreign cultures, foreign lands, higher education, philosophy. You're juggling all of that with the 2 of Pentacles. It's a timing of months to the coming year, okay? It's juggling life's demands. It's also letting you know that there is money going out, maybe not as much as what's coming in, and that you are on a mission to achieve financial success. 3 of Cups. Even in reverse, the 3 of Cups is a welcome sight. So this is in the area of career over weeks or maybe a couple of months. So over the next few weeks to a couple of months, with the 3 of Cups, you are not really putting a lot of effort into going after a promotion. This is a card of celebration, but it's also a card of overindulgence, so be careful of binge drinking. Again, it's showing with that 3 of Cups reversed, it's not a fertile time for conceiving here through September. Might be better time for that next month. Okay, but there could also be, with the 3 of Cups reversed, that you've had to sort of reject an invitation, and it's something to do with your career and the outer world. So there's something that there's an invitation for you to step into or step up to, and I feel that you're going to let it pass, let it go by. Now here in your hopes and fears and how you are manifesting, you've got the Queen of Swords, the Ice Queen. Okay. Now, the Queen of Swords is all about being truthful, giving and receiving advice, and a significant person that brings change. No nonsense person. Now, it's an Aquarius energy, the Queen of Swords, and a Libra energy and a Gemini energy, and it's a feminine energy, and she doesn't take any nonsense, and it's in your area of friends and social acquaintances. And here you have Temperance, now albeit in reverse, but I do like seeing Temperance appear regardless of which way it is, because it's always showing that even if you do feel things are out of balance, you you can turn it around and bring back the equilibrium. So if you've been feeling a bit out of whack, and that you've not been able to meet deadlines, or it's also indicating someone may have, sort of told you a little bit of a white lie or something. You can bring balance to that within yourself. So there's a fair bit of soul searching going on with that Temperance there in reverse, and there is a need there to meet some deadlines. So firstly, with the first house, Gemini, there is that restlessness and scattered energy. So you're needing to develop your focus and your ability to communicate your ideas in a way that's helpful. Okay? And as I said, the Knight of Wands is about movement and about creative endeavours. Even excitement and adventure. There's some that may even be moving their interior around, like furniture and redecorating, or literally moving house. Now, with this Ace of Wands being reversed, you could be feeling some delays on a monetary level, which could affect your self-esteem. So a need there to, lift up your self-esteem and look after yourself and value your attitudes, your values. Usually holding on to money and being able to save money is what helps you to feel secure. But with the Ace of Wands reversed, you're needing to weigh up your needs and your wants. Alright? And the lovely Star of Hope, which I'm so happy to see there in this area of communication for you, Gemini. And also, what's coming through here in September is Venus is ingress into Leo, which is on the 6th of September. Connecting to your heart chakra is a very Venus frequency. Acting things out is a very Leo frequency. So you will be enjoying fun and creativity within your relationship, and you'll take great pride in your partner. You'll also be valuing your appearance. That Venus and Leo is the good hair day or month. So you may find that you're getting compliments, and that's a form of communication being shown there in this communication area. You also may be spending more time focusing on your siblings or connected to your siblings. The new moon is here in the 4th house in Virgo on the 18th of September. So the moon in Virgo is a good time to do those chores, tidy up, get organised, schedule that health check, start a new gym routine, attend to details. And it's heritage. So, you know, you might find your family members are describing you as being a bit fussy, or you may become a bit critical of your family, because that Virgo energy can be critical. But it's definitely attention to detail when we have the moon in Virgo, or the new moon in Virgo. And the new moon is always a great time to set your intentions. Come from a place of true intent, not from a place of want, place of true intent, and use your integrity. Now here in your 5th house, where you do have a message or a confidential letter coming involving either children, lovers for those that are single, or love affairs for those that are single. Not that couples aren't having a love affair with each other, but there may be some spice put back into the romance for a couple with this Page of Swords in the fun area. So Mercury will be moving into Libra on the 6th of September. So as you can see, there's a lot of movement going on planetary wise, that it is making September a month I'm looking forward to for this year. That's not to say that there's not still going to be the stop-go energy, the frustration with trying to get, you know, through to a company of some sort to get some answers, and being put on hold and all of that, and you know, using your hygiene and protective hygienic procedures, because we still do have to deal with the new normal of this virus. But it is a time where Mercury in Libra is the diplomatic energy, the peacemaker frequency. So you could become the peacemaker and the go-between in a relationship, using really good communication skills and putting others at ease. You're not going to really want to get involved in an argument, because you're preferring harmony in communications. And the Sun will be going into Libra as well. Again, all about being diplomatic and fair. Okay, so beauty is important to you, so I do feel that you will be spending time looking after your physical appearance and your physical well-being. So with this Ace of Swords reversed, it's speaking to you of not being able to see things clearly. Okay, bit of confusion around your daily routine, co-workers and your workplace, getting up on your health checks, taking care of your diet, your rituals. It's also the area of looking after your pets. Okay, so it could be their health or their fitness regime that you have to pay more attention to here through September. And the 7th house is got strong energies to do with adaptability. We are very adaptable beings, human beings, and being flexible. So I feel here through 2020, a lot of us are learning to be more adaptable and flexible than what we even realised ourselves that we could be. And with that, we'll be leaving behind past life habits and finding balance between self-assertion and giving to others. okay? And there's also, with that Emperor there, there's that strong desire to want to be your own identity in a partnership. Yeah? Now, the Three of Wands is one that is letting you know that there's stiff competition and delays in the area of joint finances and support from others. So there's also energy there of reviving your approach to material and financial resources and how you're handling them, and maturing your outlook on that. Now Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto are all here in this 8th house for you Geminis. And Jupiter, the good news is Jupiter's going direct on the 13th of September, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, adventure, freedom, opportunity. It's the jolly planet. So you may be rediscovering your sense of humour, which has been a little bit tough for people to find the funny side of things, but Jupiter going direct can have us finding the funny side of things. So now the Jupiter also is about exaggeration or expanding and overdoing things. So keep a check on that. Are you overdoing it? But fundamentally, the Jupiter energy, and here from the 13th of September onwards as it goes direct, is bringing in a new cycle in our life, signifying a time of renewal, the end of an old cycle of beliefs, okay, and reaching that new level of understanding. So Saturn being there in the 8th house as well is also going direct on the 29th of September. So Saturn rules regulations and traditions. Yeah? So there will be a shifting in regulations. There will be looking at what you find traditional in your life and maybe some shifts and changes with that. It's also known as the Lord of Karma. So there is a karmic situation unfolding for us here in 2020. And that karmic situation is about past lives and our ancestors. Now the two areas that I see and feel are profoundly being shown to us here through 2020 and right from the very beginning. One is about our ancestors and our ancestry and getting in touch with how many people went before us until we were created in our ancestral line, and also being aware of reincarnation and that we have reincarnated into this life to be here alive while everything is unfolding the way it is on Earth at the moment. So the two times that I feel are significantly being shown to us, one of them is the abolishment of slavery. So there is people that have been reincarnated now that were connected to that. But that doesn't mean that those people were black or white back then, because reincarnation, we are many colours and many different sexes through our reincarnation. We can be a female in this life, but we were a male in another life, and we may have switched and swapped so many times, and the same with the colour of our skin. Just because we're white in this life doesn't mean we weren't black in a past life. So the abolishment of slavery is one karmic situation that is being unfolding before us, and the other karmic reincarnation situation is connected to World War II. And that is what is karmically being worked out, and it involves all of us, the whole 7 billion of us, or however many are here, regardless of what sex you are and what colour you are, because you may not have been a female in this life, a female in your last life. You might be a female in this life, but you could have been a male in your past life. You may be black in this life, but you could have been white in another life. So that is what's unfolding before our very eyes, and it's all very karmic, which is the Lord of Karma, Saturn, playing his role in all of that. And of course Pluto is there as well. So Pluto is about our soul. It is about birth and rebirth, death. It's all about all of that. Okay, so that's the Pluto energy, and reaping what you sow. And it's a good time to learn from the past, in the sense that in the past people would protest and riot and loot and carry on, and it doesn't achieve the desired outcome. So that needs to change. And learning that and transcending out of that old way of handling dissatisfaction and creating a new way to do it. Now, here in the area of overseas travel, higher education, long distance journeys, foreign cultures, with the Two of Pentacles, it is letting me know that, you know, you're trying to juggle things. And the message of the 9th house area is that you can fall short if you're coming from a place of superficial opinions. Are your ideas useful in relation to the broader philosophy? Okay? Because you could run into some confrontations of opinions. So think deep, think carefully, and juggle other people's opinions. May help you be able to move forward to achieve your goals. Now we've got the full moon here in the 10th house on the 3rd of September with the moon in Pisces. Good time to slow down and rest and pay some attention to the subtle areas of your life. It's also a time in the full moon, especially Pisces, to trust your intuition. Okay? And oh, Kobe, he's asleep. He's having a snore. Yeah. Yeah. So that's on the 3rd of September, the full moon in Pisces. And Neptune's also there in the 10th house, which is governing the area of your career, the outer world, and how you deal with it. So there's a bit of an illusion with the Neptune energy. But the beauty of the Neptune energy is compassion and forgiveness. The harder road that the Neptune energy can produce, if you're coming from the low vibration or using alcohol and drugs, is it makes things very foggy, and there's that energy of untruth and things being dissolved out of your life all the time. So if you're at the pinnacle of your professional life, you may find with that you it doesn't hold the allure that it once had, and you're feeling tempted to give it all up. And then you may find yourself a bit in a situation, if you've been affected by job loss and things like that, that the unemployment side of things can have you feeling a little bit like you're directionless. Okay, that's where the forgiveness and compassion and mystical side of Neptune can really help you tune in with the divine in us all, and help you make way for a new way to perceive the reality that you find yourself in. Okay? Now, here in the area of hopes and dreams and manifestations, you've got Mars here, retrograde on the 10th of September, retrograde in Aries. So that's the civilized versus the primitive. So the Mars retrograde energy can be an energy that actually implodes. Now, this area is about the outer world. So even though it's also about, the 10th house is about your career, the 11th house is sort of going forward and futuristic house. So, and it's to do with social groups and friendships as well. So there is a fundamental instinct in all of us to survive. And if these instincts are out of balance, the civilized versus the primitive, if they're out of balance or overactive, then both those instincts can become destructive. And you can see in places like the USA or Lebanon with Beirut, for example, they're imploding on themselves. Okay? On a personal level, you could be coming from a passive aggressive, or dealing with associates passively aggressively. Or you could also find that Mars retrograde energy from the 10th of September, that you're feeling more introverted. Okay? And if you are finding difficulty in externalizing yourself, and people are provoking you, then that can provoke you to the point of explosion, which is what the Mars energy is about. And we've also got Uranus retrograde as well. So there could be some surprises there. So the Mars retrograde is about how you relate to men, whether you're a man or a woman, how you relate to men. And it can also signify the absence of the father for some reason. You may not be able to get in contact with your father. But that doesn't mean that you cannot send him what love or forgiveness or compassion that needs to be sent. You can still send it, whether you are able to get in contact with him or not. He may be passed away, or he may be in a nursing home, for example, that you don't want to go and risk anything going wrong due to. There's a strong will to win here with this Mars retrograde energy, and taking the initiative with friends. Okay, so there is a lot of things there with that Mars retrograde that we will see unfold on the world stage, but we can also work with that energy within ourselves. Be careful of using sharp objects or taking taking risks, but putting yourself in a position of aggression. Just be careful of that. Then you have here with Temperance in the 12th house, trying to get your equilibrium back and working on that, which is wonderful. But Uranus is retrograde here in the 12th house for you Geminis. Uranus, the planet of freedom and liberation, and it's an energy that can be played out as rebelling against the status quo. It also rules technology, science fiction. It's a futuristic planet. It's unconventional. It's connected to space exploration and transmission waves. Like, I've been getting electric shocks off nearly everything I touch recently, ever since Uranus went retrograde on the 15th of August. And because it is about electricity. So Uranus retrograde is about exploring the unknown and making it known, and the overwhelming desire to discover something different. And if there is no vehicle for your inner drive to discover something different, it will express itself as irritability, erratic moods, feelings of anxiety and dissatisfaction, or you might have to deal with unreliable behaviour. Okay? And on the global scale, it is actually expressing itself as basically a nervous breakdown. The world's having a nervous breakdown. But I think here through September, we can really start to heal that and get through the crises. In a inner sense, being able to be flexible and adjust, that's where we can get through it. Rebelling against it isn't going to get us through it. It's going to make it more difficult. Whereas if we adjust and duck and weave, we can get through a lot more peacefully, really. So that is my hope as well. Okay, so I will just ask, what is your guardian angel, Gemini? For September, for Gemini. Oh, thank you. The Angel of the Night, Sky, 32. Wanting you to get out into the under the stars, by the looks of that. So your message from the Angel of the Night is, you are wise, soul from the universe. The night sky will give you the answer that you seek to guide your soul. And the affirmation is, I'm guided and enlightened by my angel of the night. I have clarity and wisdom. I know that I am never alone. And your Akashic Tarot card confirmation. For Gemini for September 2020. So if you have any questions, Gemini, just ask me in the comments. Okay. Alright, take the one that actually fell out. Thank you. And we have the Lookout. So there he is on his big ship. Up there in the crow's nest, is it called? Looking out. Beautiful big sailing ship, and it's on fire as well. So this card tells you to be on the lookout. There is a challenging situation. Perhaps even a battle of sorts around you. You could experience a sudden fall or loss of position. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But if you are aware, you can make a backup plan that will help you ride through this difficult time and make it a little bit more easier. So you need a backup plan because the phase is temporary. But it's important for you to keep your balance, get that equilibrium back. Your strength will carry you through to a better time to come. So there is better times to come. So the Akashic force and how you tune into it is close your eyes and take a deep breath. Become the lookout and scan the things happening in your life. Notice anything you'd like to correct, then take a moment to consider how to do so. After a few moments, let that go. Then you can turn your binoculars and you can look into the future. What do you see on the horizon? So there is something coming on the horizon. As I said, it is a month here in September that there is opportunity to keep moving forward. Even though we have to, just be adaptable and adjust and be flexible and duck and weave. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We're still moving forward, even though we might take 2 steps forward, we still have to take 1 back. But we're constantly moving forward. So you are getting somewhere. So thank you for joining me, Gemini. Thank you for liking and subscribing for any new viewers. Until next time, many blessings. Namaste.